Hello, this is the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Oh my gosh, it's like some of these, okay, in my opinion, like in all the episodes, everything's based off of my opinion because I grab my resources, I watch videos and things from other stuff, but I put it in my perspective. And a lot of people are going to disagree with me. A lot of people are going to say I ramble, but it is what it is because like I've said in several videos lately, I don't just look at one piece of the puzzle. I try to inspect all the aspects, all of the parts of it. And especially when it comes to politics, politics is so much more than just politics. And even while we're looking at the dating game now and divorce game, women are leaving their husbands over politics. Politics are interfering with relationships. Men are mad at me and calling me out of my name because I won't date them because of politics. So it's like politics branches out to so many different areas and things, or even with where I eat. It's like I got asked out on a date and everything, and he asked me where I wanted to eat, and I'm literally like taking out the Republican options because I'm like, okay, well, we already know I don't do Chick-fil-A. We all know this. Yeah, it's like if my family goes through the drive-through, I don't get anything. I'm not supporting them or whatever. So, but then I'm like, okay, Wendy's Republican and McDonald's Republican, and it's like the list goes on, but it's like a lot of people just think that politics isn't a big thing or they're apolitical and stuff, but with a lot of these billionaires, they don't want to pay us what we deserve. The people making the burgers, the people making the fries and doing the service and everything like that, the people who clean the bathrooms, and it's like they deserve a living wage. It's like if they're working, they shouldn't have to also get food assistance. They should be paid enough to the point where they don't have to go through that. But when I say things like this, Republicans or MAGAs normally, oh, you're so stupid. Oh, why should they get paid? It's like they should just, get another job then. It's like, okay, so you want people to have more kids and you want people to be responsible for their own actions, but then look at how much real estate has increased. Look at how much prices of food has increased. Look at how almost everything around us has increased except for the pay. So you're I don't it's just amazing, and it's not surprising because yeah, the Republican Party is who they are, but when they turn around and put me down or try to belittle me and everything like that, it's just kind of mind-boggling. And so today it's like, and this woman didn't say she's MAGA, but oh, it's like a special. Oh, she has the nerve to say that she lived around a lot of black people, and then she blamed part of it on rap music. Not bigotry is bigotry. Like no, don't. Mm. So I'm gonna be talking about this woman who she had to dye her hair purple in order to try to hide her identity because there were some movers, African American movers, who were assisting a family and everything that had the moving truck in front of her driveway. And so she claimed to be having a bad day. And see, this is the funny thing. If you guys have been listening to my episodes, I've told you about when I worked at that law, like, yeah, look up the law episode, but this has happened a couple times. But the law job that I had, that one will never leave my mind because when the lawyer boss has the nerve, when someone called me the N-word, he was filing for bankruptcy and stuff like that, and I was getting his paperwork. I was still in training and I was helping out getting the paperwork and stuff in order, but the guy got upset and I'm all I said is, like I said, I hope his day gets better. And he got mad and called me the N word and stuff like that. But then the boss had the nerves like, oh, he's having a bad day. No, calling someone the N word, that's not just having a bad day. That's a bigot. That's a racist. That's a terrible human being. But then he wanted me to apologize to him. Yeah. I'm so glad when I walked out those doors and I told him, don't like, it's, I needed that paycheck too. But at the same time, like, cause then, well, yeah, just listen to the episode because the next day when a black man tried to call me the B word, I had like, enough is enough. Because, and especially when the boss is telling me, just deal with it. And then the woman who worked there too, it's like, since she had to have that job, she needed that job. She said she didn't really have any other qualifications or whatever. Long story, whatever. But I just remember her telling me her situation to the point where she didn't know where else to go, so she literally took that verbal abuse. And I know after I busted my tush off with my 3 degrees and 3 certifications. No, I'm not. No, I work too hard and I'm a human being. I don't deserve that. And I told her she didn't deserve that, but she like, oh no, it's just they're frustrated. They're mad. No. And so with this chick, she had the nerve to say, oh, well, I called him the N word because I was having a bad day. Oh, having a bad day doesn't mean you dehumanize someone. Having a bad day doesn't mean you have the nerve to call someone one of the most racist, American racist names. Because yeah, calling someone that name in some other countries is just another name. But in this country, the way that her ancestors placed that word on my ancestors, she knows better. But then she had the nerve to blame it on rap music. Little girl, don't blame it on rap music. No. Because it's like, for one, if you don't understand the culture of our music, because she said she hung around, but she didn't really absorb, she didn't understand, she didn't comprehend the culture of rap music. But then she said that she lived near. Living near doesn't give you that excuse to be able to say that word. And it's like, with that word, other countries can say it, other people can say it outside, but certain countries, because in other countries that's part of their language, that's just kind of part of what they call a demographic, casually friendly, whatever. But in this country, her ancestors are the ones that put that awful, toxic, terrible definition to it and labeled us in a bad way, to the point where no, you cannot use that word anymore. And that's why she lost her job. That's why she lost her man. That's why she lost her stepdaughter. That's why she lost her friends. That's why she lost some of her family members. She keeps on losing because she had the nerve to be a hateful, awful, terrible, despicable human being. But then she had the nerve to blame it on having a bad day and rap music. And she brought up being bipolar. See, that's when I got, oh, I mean, I got mad at so many different points in this, because every time she opened her mouth, I'm just like, okay, you're just proving that you're even more stupid. You're proving that you're more stupid. Okay, oh no, no, poorly educated. Because for one, bipolar does not make you racist. You know what? I want to say it again for the people in the back. Being bipolar does not make you racist. Having a mental disability does not make you racist. Okay. So when she had the nerve to try to use that as an excuse because she wants now the disability pity, don't you dare. You can't use that. And I think maybe that's another reason why people left you, because when you said that stupid, awful, terrible, ignorant comment out of your mouth, it's like people are like, no, because they know better and they probably know you. And you probably had some other hateful, awful, terrible situations to the point where some of your family is like, oh, someone finally caught you. And maybe your ex-boyfriend or your stepdaughter, it's like they were probably like, well, we've seen this before. But then one part that really, really got to me is like she wasn't apologizing because she's sorry. She's apologizing because she wants that quote unquote terrible, awful day to be taken away so there's no evidence of it. She doesn't want people to see how violent, awful, and evil she is. She doesn't want that evidence out there. And so she is so called apologizing while telling them, it's like, oh yeah, because she was like, okay, I had a bad day, but that doesn't mean something like that doesn't mean you have to turn into a bad life or something like that, or you don't have to ruin my life. Hmm. When people call me the N word or the B word or the R word and all of the other terrible words, you think that just leaves my mind after that one day? It's like some of the most racist, awful, bigoted, terrible messages I get on the dating apps, which you guys can read both in my episodes, but then I also have many more on my Patreon. Yeah, and I'm going to have over 500 of them. So, yeah, fun. But, and the thing is, like, I know a lot of these men are just pathetic, or they maybe, I mean, I don't know why they are so determined to write me when they know we're not compatible. But when they call me the N word or the R word, they say I'm nothing but a slave. When they say that I'm a stupid idiot for being a progressive Democrat liberal, when they say that I'm the R word because I'm vaccinated, or that I am the R word because I have a degree. Yes, there's men who have told me that I'm the R word because I have college degrees. Yeah. And then there's guys, yeah, I don't know. It's really crazy how this woman wants to say that she just had a bad day. No, you didn't. Okay. Having a bad day does not make you racist. Being bipolar does not make you racist. And see, she kept piling up the excuses. She kept just loading up excuses. Oh, bipolar. Oh, bad day. And it's like, um, I know people who are bipolar and schizophrenic, and it's like, oh yeah, Mr. Lakaki, he's bipolar and schizophrenic. Yeah, he threatened his life with me, and he threatened to punch holes, and I mean he did a lot of things, but did he ever call me the N-word? No. Did his stepmom? Yes. And also, like, if you're having a bad day, I don't know, just part of me just feels like she is more evidence why we need more mental health awareness. Why, well, the president just took down that the suicide hotline and everything like that, and the LGBTQ like help support hotline or whatever. But it's like we need more mental health support. And yeah, I mean, I'm not saying she needs to call that number, but it's like I know they even have those therapy apps or whatever. It's like she needed to call that person. It's like if she wants to blame bipolar, if she wants to blame having a bad day, no, what she should have done was get on one of those apps and call them and tell them this is an emergency. I need a quick session, because it's like, because yeah, even say, yeah, I think I'm about to say the N word, because then a therapist can be like, okay, why do you feel like you're about to say the N word? What makes you feel like you need to say that word? Is there any other word in your vocabulary? It's like, who else have you heard say that word and don't say rap music? What makes you feel comfortable with saying that word? It's like, why do you want to label these men, especially these men who are doing their job and things like that? Like, when maybe all you had to say was how much longer, or I'm kind of in a hurry, guys. Would you be able to move the vehicle? But with the video, like I was looking up the video and everything, with what I've seen, no, she went full just crazy. And to the point where I'm like, I see why you had to dye your hair purple. I see why you had to go full anime on, like, to try to like camouflage yourself. And that's a funny thing. You dyed your hair purple to camouflage yourself from the rest of humanity so that people won't point out that you're the awful, terrible, bigoted person that had to say the N word. See, it's like you had to go all the way to I mean, I think purple's beautiful. One of my last dates, that's one of his favorite colors. And it's like, yeah, I just got him something too that's his favorite color. So yeah, purple, beautiful. But she makes it look ugly because her heart, like, she has a black soul and a black heart. So she might have called them the N word, but she's the one with the black heart. Okay. It's like, it's disgusting and awful and terrible. And at the end of the day, if any of you guys have like any type of disability where you think it gives you permission to say that word, you need to go see a therapist. You need to go get some help, because nothing, nothing at all would make you, other than if you have hate, disgust, or racist or bigotry in you somewhere, that's it. So don't blame your disability. Okay? Don't blame, like, I don't care what kind of day you had. I don't care how awful and terrible it was. No bad day will make you say that. Okay? Because part of me is like, okay, so if there were Asian people in the vehicle, what would you have called them? If there were Middle Eastern people in the vehicle, what would you have called them? It's like, if it was just white people in the car, what would, like, okay, would you have, yeah, called them after that one restaurant with the rocking chairs with the good pancakes and stuff? Yeah, would you, yeah, with the barrels? Would you have called them that? Like, what would you have done? What would you have done if any other demographic was up in that vehicle? See, because you pointed them out in that way, you called them that name for a reason. You try to dehumanize them for a reason, but then with your apology, it just circles back to you on, have pity on me, help me, save me. You're hurting me. My actions are hurting me, so I need you to erase this, because I don't want any other to see the pitiful actions that I have placed on the earth. I don't want anyone else seeing how I hurt anybody, because that's no one's business. I should be allowed to hurt other people. So just take this down so people can forget about it. So then I can go back and do it again. That's the impression I'm getting. I'm not getting, like, in that sorry excuse of an apology. I don't see anywhere where she is genuine, where she actually feels like she has done a bad action. She said it, but the wording, especially when, like, at the end of the day, she just wants it taken down. That's all. Like, she only did that because she wants it taken down. So she's not sorry for her actions. She's sorry she got caught. And that's disgusting and awful and terrible. And so, yeah, she will be walking around with purple hair. Purple is a beautiful color, but I feel bad for that purple. No. It's like, yeah, it's like and see, I don't know, just someone with a disability. I'm disgusted when people try to blame racism on their disability. And yes, I have a walking disability, so it's different. But when I have people coming up to me saying awful, ignorant, terrible things, I don't call them out a name. I don't say racist things or whatever. I mean, sometimes I'll hurt their feelings because they deserve it. Or when they tell me, you don't look like you have a disability. Nothing's really wrong with you. Oh, you're just trying to take money from the government. You're faking. You're too beautiful to walk like this. Oh, you're just too lazy to go to the hospital and get the procedure done. I don't call them out a name. I don't say, I mean, I might hurt their feelings, but I use my full vocabulary when I do it. That's all. That's all. And so if you need to go back to school or get some vocabulary lessons so you can broaden it out so that you can have a full communication, so you can have a full conversation with them next time you have a terrible day, maybe that's what you need to do. Because instead, ended up saying a very awful, terrible word that America has poisoned. Because, okay, maybe the word is not awful, but it's been poisoned by the hateful, awful, bigoted people of this country. And it's your ancestors that helped poison that word. So, yeah, you shouldn't be the one saying it, but it's like you want to put the guilt on other people for your actions. I see why your job fired you. I see why your family members left you, and your ex boyfriend, and your stepdaughter, and your friends. I see. Because you're still blaming the person who caught you. You're still blaming them when you still need to figure out, and you need to go to therapy so that you can, figure yourself out and solve your issues on why you're so hateful, awful, and terrible. So, yeah. Thank you so much for listening to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. I am a woman, I am of color, and I am handicapable. But most importantly, I am human and you're human too.